So I've been out in the forest for about 20 years now. Right now I'm in town. And it's been a great adventure. I've learned so much, and some of those lessons are hard ones. It hasn't made me full of happy little bullshit spiritual words to make you happy feeling and easily manipulated, which is what you seek, or some people seek. Many people seek it. That's the easy way. And I could do that as an actor. I could lie to you. It'd be so easy. I could lie to so many people, and it's very attractive to them. They want solutions for the struggles that they're in, and I completely understand. But I'm not willing to participate, and I'm not willing to play that role. So it's been hard. And, I'm kind of a dumbass in some ways, and have given away most all the value that I have. And I've been suffering in difficult conditions for many years, which I do appreciate the experience. I think it's helpful because a lot of people live in great surplus in the industrial world, and they really have no empathy or understanding for how other people live or the damage that they cause around the world. Essentially, people don't mind it if they have slaves if they're far away, making their cheap products. But I've done what I've done, and I shared all my information for free. I make no money off information. And I even gave my time and my space and life away to people, to host people very cheaply or for free. A lot. And learned harsh lessons there too. People will take as much as they can from you, as much as you let them do. So it's a little disappointing for my hippie heart, But I don't know what the next stages are, because before I could see the end coming. A decade ago I could see the end coming, and then it was like, well, things are going to be worse next year if I don't do something. If I don't figure out how to have win-win relationships with people. And, then some years went by, and it was like, well, I can do another 6 months maybe. And I'm, land rich, cash poor. That's the term in English. Land rich, cash poor. Because the land I have, the forest I protect, has immense value. And it's only gone up. It's a great place. And I've increased its value. And I would like to do that more. But the time frame has shortened. It's shortened eventually into months of like, well, I can make it another month. And then it was weeks. Like I could make it a couple weeks or another week. I have dog food, and then my systems are all failing, and I don't have visitors because they all just want to take. And every single day somebody wants to take something from me. I get messages by people who want to live for free, and they want to live without money, which means they want to live off mine, of which I have none left. And now my dogs have a tiny bit of dog food that would probably last about 20 minutes if I opened their box of dog food. They have a box of dog food. And I just got a guy to loan me some money so I can buy some dog food. So I'm getting down to days now. And I've got enough food to feed me for, I don't know, depends on how low I'm willing to go, but, and I barely have any propane, but I could cook off wood. And there'll be somebody watching this who's like, well, why is that fucker, he can't just live off the land? You go do that. You go do that and get back to me. I'd love to watch their videos. And I'm not dead yet, I'm pretty tough. But I've been tough for so many years now. And I've recovered from a massive injury that should have killed me. And to be honest, it would have been nice if it did. Nah, it wouldn't have been. Because I don't want to. My whole goal is to protect the forest. And it's just a tiny goal. It's a tiny forest. I'm surrounded by forests here. There's forests all over these hills. I'm irrelevant. But I hope that the messages I create, that the information I give away for free is actually very useful to people as individuals. Whether it's raising rabbits or chickens or how to propagate plants or how to have composting toilets or live off rainwater, living in the future that's going to exist after civilization falls. That's the shit I'm working on. It's hardcore shit. And there's no funding for that. Nobody wants to hear that. Nobody with any money who's going to give it to you. At this point, I think I get almost $300 a month in donations. And those donations go to Bank of America to pay my debt there. I'm a slave to Bank of America. And I hate to say that to, donors of mine, but they are still helping me to just survive because I'm trying to get out of the hole I'm in. And I'm trying to give as much as I can. But after the accident, I never really recovered. And if I die soon, that's the story. I never really recovered. I have trouble walking still. I still walk, and I'm still hardcore, and I can suck up fucking pain like more than anybody I know. But it's a mess, And then all these people online, that'll help you lose your faith in humanity, won't it? My God, people are ignorant, stupid bullies at best. And I hate to think of being a child of theirs. Just the generational trauma that people go through. And I was raised not that bad, and it was its own kind of mess, a very special, weird kind of mess. But, I wasn't physically abused or anything like that. It was fine. In fact, I really appreciate how I was raised, and I thank my two dead fathers and my wonderful mother, who I'm very much like, actually, in many ways. But, I have no functional family day to day or year to year. And I have an imagination that a lot of other people, based on what they say on social media, are also very lonely, that they don't really like the world of oppression that we live in, and that they don't know what to do about it. Well, I kind of do. The benefit of spending decades alone in the forest, not always alone. I've had a lot of people come through. Like 3,000 people have visited me, but that ended some time ago. And they were all short-term people, so it wasn't as deep as I was seeking. But if I'm able to survive and host people again, it will be deeper. Otherwise, I won't participate. I won't do it. Not going to happen. And I don't know if I'm more enlightened or grumpy. Or, you can put whatever adjectives you want on things, but and I certainly have been diagnosed as all sorts of shit by people online, but they don't know me and they don't know anything really, and their own lives are kind of horrible, and many of them are speaking out, lashing out based on their own damage. And so I'm happy that I'm not successful by many of their standards. But I still have to survive, and when I have no dog food, and when I have to think about, do I have enough money to pay my internet bill, which is one of my bills? I have very few bills. I have seriously escaped from most of civilization. I've done a great job. I'm very impressed with myself. But breaking away too far means you don't survive. They say no man is an island. Well, I'm pretty fucking close. But it hurts. It hurts to borrow money from my friend just so I can buy dog food. And, I thought like, well, I could start giving dogs away. I have 5 dogs. They're really wonderful. They're my best friends. And one of them is really a medicine dog of wonderfulness. But, fuck. But one of them, like, I don't know, it's hard to imagine life without her, really. I mean, and the other ones are heroes. They're great, wonderful beings. They're strong and tough, and they protect me. They're not as violent as my past dogs. A little too friendly, maybe, but they're wonderful, and dog zen is good zen. I love it. But if I start giving away my dogs, if I ever get to that point and I ever post, like, hey, does anybody want to adopt my dogs? That's the point at which you'll know that I'm about to off myself. Because the dogs in the forest are all that matter. And right now I'm in this desperate situation of how do I protect my forest once I'm dead? Because I'm very aware of my own mortality. And I'm going to die. And nothing else will matter after that for me. I'll be free and very happy. Well, there won't be anything. But I don't mind death at all. I look forward to it. Like, I'm only hanging around to, like, not be too annoying by offing myself, because that upsets people emotionally. But really, like, there's no pleasure in my life. There's nobody really who thinks I'm really that great. And it's not because I'm an asshole. It's just that, especially as a man, you're only useful in terms of what you provide for people, right? In terms of what you give to them. And so I really have no value left. I've said enough. And maybe I can figure my life out in a way that I could fund myself better, or have someone fund me, or whatever. And I could produce more useful thought. But overall, I mean, men my age kill themselves all the time, and no one cares. I'm just a useless piece of shit. So, well, it's a depressing thought, isn't it? But it's kind of just the reality of it, and I've written a lot, and I've made lots of videos, and I guess I have more thoughts I can contribute, and I could give up and get a job, and for me that would be giving up largely. I could pay taxes to kill and incarcerate people, but that would kind of, be upsetting to me, because I would rather not participate in the oppression of others. I'm kind of a peaceful person, really. Fuck. Alright, I got 2 kilometers to walk till I get home. No problem. Done it many times. Well, I don't know. We all got our own struggles. And it's almost impossible to fix shit. I've written things online about how the collapse of civilization is inevitable. And that is my opinion. Because nobody really cares. We are just animals who are going to consume as much easy resources as we can to build up a civilization that gets more and more fragile all the time, and will eventually collapse. That's the path we're on. Sounds kind of negative, but I've done all I can for 20 years and found, I have like 12 supporters. Maybe I've got 15 supporters. All the money goes for war and oppression. Gotta dump money into that shit. But I don't even have money for dog food. Not your problem. Not really whining. It's just kind of recognition of the reality of what civilization is and what we are as humans. Good luck to you in your own struggles, and I hope you don't agree with me, and I hope that you find better people to be around, and work with them well somehow, and don't have to have a hatred for other people, because that's one of the problems we have, is that we demonize the other people who are different than us, and kind of we're all the same, pretty much, which is depressing too. What a cheery message from me. If anything's cheery about it, it's that I've managed to do this for 20 fucking years. And that I have managed to put my message out there non-violently, you know, and it's ignored mostly, but I hope there's other people who are inspired by the things I have done and have accomplished, and I hope we can all do better. All we can hope for. Look at this little dog. Who the fuck are you? Hi, little dog. Hi, other little dog. Yeah. I'm very scary. I'm very scary. Adios.